News from Newcastle and Brighton.
Unemployment is a fact of life in Newcastle. Sid and Maisie Jones have watched their children grow up without the hope of a job. The economic climate in Brighton is more promising, but Cliff and Gloria Gibbs are facing the prospect of life on the dole for the first time. Is the recession creeping south? Sid and Maisie Jones have lived in Byker all their lives. Sid had a heart attack 7 years ago, and since then they've survived on his disability allowance.
Not be long, babies.
But they work 7 days a week, all year round, for nothing, running a community centre for youngsters in Byker, many of whom are unemployed.
Unless they bring heavy industry back up the north, it's looking very bad. I mean, the shipyards closed down, they're trying to privatise them. Coal mines, they're closing the pits down left, right and centre in the north.
You've just got to go out and see all the miserable kids wandering around, no work, you know. I think a lot of them's going to have a hard Christmas this year, right?
Try for the same one.
I see him going for his interview and I wished him good luck, so you got it. Is that a proper job? There's no scheme?
I'm not at the scheme.
Is it not MSC?
I think it's one of them.
Manpower
It's
Service.
a little bit more than the other.
Schemes are no good one. So no, I'll never get a job, no.
Have you got no scheme that's going just now? Then what is it, yeah? That's good, like.
This is the basis of the whole trouble up here, unemployment. The kids have got nothing to do, they're bored. We are just there more or less to keep them in line. If they go over the line and start swearing and smoking, we've got to stop them. Otherwise, the whole is theirs for them to do what they like within reason. I think they can talk to us a lot better than they can talk to their parents. We have kept a few kids out of trouble, to be honest with you.
And we hope to keep a few
and
more.
we hope to keep a few more.
What are you going to do when you leave school?
Going to California.
What do you hope to do in California?
Become a butler.
Is anyone going with you, like? Are you going alone?
Aye.
You'll have to stop speaking Geordie because these film stars and all that, you know, when they're like an English butler, he's got to speak perfect English. Do you think there's any chance of that, like?
I'll teach him on a night too.
You'll teach him?
How now, brown cow? Go on, see it.
Oh no, brown cow.
The award-winning Byker estate was the culmination of Newcastle's ambitious programme of urban renewal during the 60s and 70s. The architect, Ralph Erskine, tried as far as possible to preserve the spirit of the old Byker. But the locals have mixed feelings about the new buildings, especially the famous Byker Wall which dominates the whole estate. It was originally built to shelter the inhabitants from the noise of a nearby motorway, a road which has never been built.
The date and everything's on. Ask them if they can bring a tin, either peas or carrots or soup or something like that, or a bottle of scent or something. It's for a free wrap.
Right, okay.
You see? So we'll put all together and we'll give them a wrap.
The wall was designed for single people and childless couples and houses an uneasy mixture of teenagers and pensioners. Sid and Maisie worry that the older people have become isolated from the rest of Byker.
What's happening is, a lot of these kids, these young kids, they have a baby, you know, and they go to the homeless. So they leave them, one staying to their mothers and one staying to their fathers. then they go to the homeless and they get a flat.
It's
They are top priority.
Maybe starts getting them. It's a single one. Starts getting them. It's young lads that are just leaving home as purposely to get a one.
Oh yeah.
And the social security's furnishing them out for them. And the likes of decent people can't get a house. I mean, if I'm on the medical list to get on the flat, then I've got no chance.
Well, now I think as the old people are dying, they're putting younger people in, and this is causing a lot of problems.
Homeless is priority now, so they're putting these people in the wall, and they're causing problems for the older people.
For the old people, what's left?
You know? No.
After the
You see, this wall has it's made people lonely. You know, it has. This should never have been built anyway.
Well, anybody really, It
should never have been built.
Sid and Maisie have 3 children. Eddie is 22. He's been married for 3 years with a 2-year-old child, and he has never had a permanent job.
Have you had a reply from any of the letters you've sent for a job?
No, not yet. It's not worth it anyway, man.
How's that, like?
The money, man. We need good for the rents for these houses.
His wife left him a year ago because they were homeless, but now the council have rehoused them a few streets away from Sid and Maisie. Ironically, the only jobs available to Eddie he can't afford to take, since if he gets a low-paid job, he will lose his rent allowance, and biker rents are high. Eddie's 3-bedroom house costs £46 and 10 pence a week.
They get very depressed and bad-tempered, and they just get sick of looking for jobs, and now he's wrote away for umpteen jobs. He's put stamped address envelopes in. They don't even bother answering. Because you're talking about, what, about 200 kids going after one job? Well, they've just got no chance.
So how are you filling your time in the meantime?
Fishing.
Well,
just walking about, you know, and out.
Aye.
I think I'll try that.
Are you going to come to Grandad's party with Santa Claus?
Say, Sandy.
What would you like for Christmas?
I know I'll get his boots next week.
Do you want a pair of boots? If we can afford it, like. I'm really bothered about the northeast of England, like. When you see all these kids, you know, they've got no chance of a job whatsoever. They're leaving school. I mean, there's kids I know, they've never worked for 6 years, 7 years. So what prospects have they got? It's causing,
Yes,
you know,
causing a lot of problems.
I mean, when you read between the lines, it is, you know, you hear people jumping off Baker Bridge or the Tyne Bridge and things like this. I think these problems will work, you know. I think there's a lot of men and women split up, you know, through this. Because I think every man and woman's got a right to work anyway, you know.
Sid and Maisie's youngest child, Emma, left school 2 years ago without finding a job. She spends her days helping out on the biker farm, which has been set up by the council to give Newcastle children a taste of country life.
You see, Emma would love a job, but she doesn't want to work in a shop or in a factory. She wants to work with animals. Emma likes animals better than she likes people anyway, you know. I don't blame her with some people. The only way Emma would get a job with animals is working away anyway. I'm a bit worried about this, you know. I just didn't want to lose another one of my kids by working away. See, the hens not come near the ducks from the geese.
There aren't many jobs in the northeast, but young people like Eddie and Emma don't want to move away. Family ties and community spirit are still strong in Biker.
I was much happier down at older house, like, you know. You knew your neighbours, and got some good neighbours here, like, but I think you want more of a community there anyway. I think as it is now, it's who's got the best house, who's got the best windows.
Down on the corner of the street where I was born, we used to meet and sing the old songs. We called them Dole songs, and we'd harmonise the clip.
Well, this is the type of house what we lived in, although it's been modernised a lot, you know. The streets, you see, Baker is in a village, really. It's in a valley. So the streets ran right from the top of this road all the way down. You had your back roads and your back streets and the whole lot. This is the only part of old Baker what's left. But I think these are the last ones that ever built in Baker. I think this is about 90 years ago when they built this lot.
10 years ago, the Tyne was a working river. Now, as the docks stand empty, the fish have come back.
There's a lot of Geordies gone down the south, you know. There's one who's just moved down there a couple of months. Fortunately, he's getting himself a job. And it's a shame they've got to leave their homes and their family to go away and get this work. I wouldn't like them to move away. They've got the Ben, Wayne. How often would I see him? Maybe once, twice a year, something like that. As a family, you should try and stay together. And it's a shame that unemployment is the cause of this, like.
I want you all to drink the health of the club, Mrs. Waitman and Mrs. Spencer, for the marvellous work they do. Because you know this is one of the best clubs in Byker, don't you? Yes. Yes. And the nicest people in Byker. Yes. You know why? Because they're all Geordies. Yes. So let's all drink to this club and to Sid and Maisie Jones for letting you have the room. It's jolly nice of them. And let's hope, please God, that we all go on from strength to strength with good health. That's the most important thing there is. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
The community centre doesn't cater only for young people. Every Christmas, Sid and Maisie organise a party for the Byker pensioners.
Mrs. Conley, she's the oldest member.
I really miss working because I've worked all my life. And I've worked weekends, every weekend, for to give my kids and the wife what I could, like. The only way it's really bothering me now is, after all these years on the sick, I'm not on Social Security at all, so there's no way I can get anything at all of Social Security.
Chopsticks, number 6.
Over the years, you know, your furniture wears out, your towels wear out, your sheets wear out, and there's thousands of people who must be the same as me in the same situation. I can't get higher purchase for a start, you know. It's the same as all these kids unemployed, you know, these men and women, you know, they need a 3-piece, so they haven't got a job. So they just can't get nothing on the hire. It's just ridiculous the way it is, you know.
46, 46. Never.
Well, we're trying to keep the community as close as we can, the way it was.
Right away.
But there's that many people moving into the area. We've got a few, you know, which we knew down the old Baker. And we've got some good friends around here.
78, 86 and only 8.
Right, correct.
Put it in me bag. Put him out on me bag.
Keep your feet still, Geordie.